Hello, this is Tiffany from Tiff's Labyrinth Arts and Crafts Studio. Welcome back to my channel. And what you see before you is not just a mess on my craft desk. There's a method to this madness. I am building my second Christmas junk journal, and I'm making the signature. Yesterday I had already made the signature for that one and was sewing it in, but today I am going to just build the signature and for the next one. So I have my digital papers over here. I have my coffee dyed papers here with a piece of Italian Florentine paper. I've got my book pages and music pages over here. I've got my original documents. We have a looks like, I think it's a stock document. I have some vellum paper with music on it. I've got this French advertisement thing. It looks kind of Christmassy, at least it's like winter anyway. And I have some onion skin paper with some really cool writing on it. And then the other half of that ledger paper that I had for that I used for the other journal. And then my fifth pile is my, I don't know what you say embellishments, but just like, I think Kate Marshall calls it add-ons. So I have a little doily, green doily. I have a couple of envelopes. See, this one's pretty, it's all gold. And I have another couple more of these envelopes, and then just a red plain envelope. And so we'll get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the digital prints, and I'm going to pick out a front page and a center page. That might be a good center page. Okay, I'm going to put this one aside here. This one might be good as well for either one, if I can like actually get it. Okay, here. I think I used this one for the center of the last one, so I won't use that one for this. Let's see. So far it's these two, but I'm going to look at the rest. Let's see. Nope. And nope. That might be pretty center page with the angels. Nah. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick with, let's see, first of all, let me decide which journal cover I'm going to use next. So let's see, the choices are this one with the holly front and the Christmas tiny text fabric on the inside, which really that would go with just about anything, I would think. But we do have the red and green on the outside. This one is more balanced with the red and green. Let's see, I think I will do no. All right, if I do this one, it depends on which one I'm going to do as to which one. I think, all right, I'm going to choose this one. And this will be my first page. Let's just see what that's going to look like here. Let me fold this in half. All right, so this is the first one. Looks pretty good. It's kind of matchy. Maybe, I don't know, is it too matchy or is it nice? Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Okay, so that means this one will be my center page. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. And set this to the side, I guess. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see, these still are not the same size, but they're pretty close. I'm just going to go ahead and fold all of these together and then take them out one by one. Okay, let's do 5 at a time. So this is the first 5. I'll fold that a little bit better. Okay, and then this one, oh, please don't tell me that's upside down. Okay, no. I thought it was printed upside down for a second there, but it wasn't. Okay, so we said this was going to be the first one. Let's see, what about this? I was just looking at this. Nah, I like this other one better. Okay, so there's the digitals. This is my first page. This is my center page. I'm going to just crisscross this and put it behind that. I'm going to go ahead and fold my coffee dye papers and my Florentine paper. Do that the same way. I'm going to put this Florentine behind so I can pick that. Okay, since I know what my first page is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and put my book cover to the side over here. Okay, just got to remember this is my first page. All right, now I'm going to use some book pages, and I'm probably going to need to reinforce these. Let's see, I think this looks like a dictionary page. This is, I got this from Kate Marshall. I'm currently, I bought a lot of stuff from her. She has a lot of live sales, and she also has free classes. So I've been following her for quite a while now. Well, I say quite a while. Quite a while in the recent future. How about that? The recent future. Let's try that again. The recent past. All right, let's see. Folding my music page. So anyway, I'm using her instruction as to how to the idea for making these 5 piles, and doing it that way is I learned from her. And so this is the part of the kit that came with her Christmas kit, which came with all kinds of fabric and papers and digital papers, as well as wow, I didn't fold that good, did I? Okay. Antique French documents and books that are really, I've bought some books from her and some page packs from her, and they are just phenomenal. They're really, it's got she sells a lot of 17 and 1800s rag paper things, and they're just incredible. If you've never felt rag paper, let's see, I think this feels like rag paper. I don't know if it is, but it feels like it. This is definitely rag paper, and it feels really good. So if you haven't had that experience, then pick some of that up at some point. And if you want to check out Kate Marshall, her pages, or not her page, her channel is called Inked Paper Art, and she does live sales over YouTube every Thursdays and Tuesdays. At least that's the schedule she was using. She's taking a break for the end of the year for the holidays. But I believe at the first of the year, she's coming back to start her live sales again. So look her up on YouTube if you feel so inclined. She's a fantastic person, sells some good quality things, and she's very knowledgeable about junk journals and is a very good teacher. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so this pile is the original document pile. So we've got ledger. I don't know, I can't remember if I went through this already. I've got some onion skin. I've got an advertisement. I've got this vellum. This is so pretty. This red, it's kind of pink, I guess, but we'll say it's red, for Christmas. And it's just really pretty. I've never seen music on vellum before. I don't know if she printed this. I don't know exactly how that happened, but I just know I like it. Okay, so here's this. I'm gonna put this together, and then I'm gonna fold this one. Okay, so this was the beginning. I'm going to, let's see, what's next? Let's do a coffee dye paper next. Not the plain one. Let's do something like this. We have coffee dye, and then I printed on the coffee dye paper some more. Let's see, you know what? I think I want it this way instead. Okay, so let's see, this plain one I'm going to put right here. All right, so we have the first and second pages, and that's a little bit plain, so I'm going to, let's see if I can jazz that up a bit with a doily. How about that? Let's see, I didn't fold this. Let's see, it's a little bit kind of bent up at the side. That's okay. We'll try, that'll flatten out, I think, as soon as we get it in the journal and it put some weight on it. Okay, we'll just pretend like that's straight. And there. It's different. Okay, and then we have, this is the next page. How about we do a book page? You know what, before I do the book pages, let me, okay, I'm going to put this aside, and I am going to, if I can find my paper tape, I'm going to reinforce those book pages. Let's see, I may have to pause so I can find my paper tape. It may take me a minute. Okay, I found my paper tape. So, and this is another suggestion from Kate, is using just like medical paper tape to reinforce book page folios, instead of using like the expensive book binding tape. So basically, let's see, I'm just going to do like this, and I'm going to glue. Maybe I will, if it doesn't keep sticking to me. All right, this I hope is still functional. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so we're gluing this tape in to make sure that it is, it's going to stick in there. And try to get it right in the center here. Okay. Get this in here really good. And she says that this should be virtually invisible once it dries. So I can kind of see how it's getting invisible. Okay, so that's the first page. I think I only have two. This one and this little teeny tiny one right here. Oops. That went through to the other side. I wonder if I should put a piece of tape on the other side too. It's probably not necessary, but no, I'll just use the one. But let's see, which one should be, I guess it doesn't matter which one's on the inside and which one's on the outside. I'm going to fold this again, I'm just going to set this over here and let it dry. And then we'll do this one. Yeah, this one's like almost completely falling apart. Okay. Now we have okay. Let's see, I wonder if I should do, let's see, I did liquid glue. Now, I don't know, I'm going to do this one with the glue stick just because, I don't know, because I can, I guess. And I'm going to, where's my piece of paper that I was using to glue on? So, yeah, sorry if I'm boring you guys. This is like what it is to do a real-time video. Okay. Okay. This aside and put this right here. This tape is a little bit thick. Crap, I don't want to cut it because it's glued. Oh well, we're just gonna do it like this. Maybe it'll be like see-through when it dries. Yeah, I can kind of already see through it now. So that's good. Okay, now try to get the glue off my fingers. Okay, there's another piece. All right, now before I got distracted on my paper tape project, let's see, I think I was gonna put that, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the music page. There. Then I'm gonna go back to a digital page. Yep. That's good. And then another coffee dye page. And then I'm going to use one of these, since this is kind of plain, we'll zhuzh it up with some envelopes here, with some colorful envelopes. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. And fold it in like that. Okay. There. Well, crap. That's I'm going to have to cut that a little bit because that's going to stick out annoyingly so. Okay. Okay, now. There we go. That's just about perfect. Okay, so we have this. That's going to be kind of odd because that's really short. That's going to be a skinny tag. Let me do that. Let me do that a little better. I think I'm going to have a little more. There. That's maybe a little better. Just wasn't quite getting it. Okay, that's better. All right, so we have this and this, and I think this would be a good time for this. And I think I'm going to cut these off to where it's just the green. There. Yeah, I like that better. Center it. It's pretty centered. Okay. Okay, we got this one. We could do another coffee dyed paper. Let's do kind of a, I want to say bland, but I guess it's bland. Okay, so coffee dye. Okay, why is this? Looks like this is gonna fold really weird. Okay. All right, this was a coffee dyed paper. This is a printable. Let's see what's next. Let's do ledger. Ledger, and I'm thinking Florentine. Printable. Okay, somehow this one got folded really wonky. Guess I shouldn't have batch folded them like I did. Okay, that's better. Okay, now I think it's time for a book page. Let's see, should this, I'm hoping this is dry enough for me to put in here. Okay, so that was a digital. Then we have a book page. Then we'll get a coffee dyed, but I'm gonna put a envelope in here with it to get a little color. Okay, got that. Okay, now I want something that is gonna look good with this piece of vellum over here. Let's see, that might, I'm gonna put this aside for a second. That might. That might, huh? Gosh, why didn't I put that one in the center? That'd be a pretty center one. Okay, how about December 25th? No, that's a little too bland, isn't it? Okay. Whoops. Okay, what did I say? I said this one. All right, I'm going to fold this one the other way. So that way we have this, and then we have this vellum, which I'm also going to fold the other way. See what this looks like. That, I don't know, you can barely tell, can you? All right, let's try, what does it look like with this one? That looks better. I'm going to do this one. All right, so we have this one. And this one. Okay, good. And this one goes back over here, and this one goes back over here. I only have one coffee dyed paper left. Must use them all. Okay. Let's see, now what? Now what do we do? Ooh, you know what? I like this gold one here. How about a gold envelope embellishment? And then we can use one of the sort of plainish ones. Let's see, it has to go this way. No, I don't really like that. Let's see, how about It was a December 25th one. How about that? That's cute, but it's kind of covering up my let's see if I do this down here. That's kind of cute. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, we have angels. You know what? I'm going to do the onion skin paper. And why did I fold it that way? Okay, do it like this. And then we got more music. I'm gonna do another book. Nah, that doesn't look right. What about? Nope. Well, this is a printable, isn't it? I shouldn't put. The suggestion is to not put a printable next to a printable. Don't use the same category next to each other. So but I think I'm going to, yep, I'm going to do this because it's not exactly saturated. It's kind of a plain and a plain. Here's a digital. I mean, my last coffee dye here. There, that's better. Gonna do this. And then, let's see, what should I do with that envelope? That's not gonna look good there. I'm gonna do this next or that next. How about this next, even though that's a coffee dye? I mean, I keep saying that. I don't mean to say that. Okay, here we go. Let's do it like this. Even though, let's see, would this look good? Because there's kind of no blue on that. So that's not gonna, and that is a huge envelope. That's gonna stick out like crazy. Okay, what's the other side of the envelope look like? I may not use that envelope, or I may wait and use it. Let's see, I'm going to use this other small paper, book page, rather. Okay. So we have this and we have this. How is it that I... All right. We have another book page. I could do the book page, or I could do this little advertisement thingamabob. Okay, yeah, let's do that because, I don't know, looks interesting. Okay, now I may just go ahead and put my center page in and forget about that other book page because I think this is going to be enough. And I'll save these for my last one. Okay, so this is, wow, that does not look, how in the world am I gonna fold this? Okay, let's see. This looks huge. Why does this look bigger than the other one? Okay. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy dictionary. Big fat dictionary like I used yesterday. And I'm going to, yeah, this is my solution, by the way, to, you know, people get those expensive things that cradle your signature in. I just use a big book. And you've seen me do this yesterday, so I'm not going to bore you with it again. I will go ahead and work on doing this signature, and then I will come back and show you the finished product. Okay, I decided to come back on before I was finished with the journal because if you saw my video from yesterday, you may remember that as I was sewing the signature in, I kept saying, or I said at least once, this doesn't look right. And I realized that I did not do it right yesterday. And by not right, I mean not how I was taught. Now, it may be okay. It may be that it, you know, is fine and it never comes apart and it functions, you know, beautifully. But I decided I'd go on and come back on here and show you how I was taught to do it by at least a couple of other junk journalers. So if other people, more than one person is doing it, then there might be something to it. So I'm going to show you that way. So I started the same by going in through the middle one, and now we're going to come up through the top one. Now what I did yesterday, let's see, still leave a little tail here. Now what I did yesterday was go back through the center one, but what I remembered was you don't do that. You go back through the bottom one all the way down to the bottom and pull this through. And then you go back through the middle one. But you go on the other side of the string that you, so in other words, this string is on this side, so you want your needle to go on the other side of the string. Okay, so then you pull it really tight. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and take the needle out. And as I'm doing this, I am seeing it is easier to pull this. Maybe that's why you do it this way. It is easier to pull it tight. And even though this is moving quite a bit, it's still tighter than the one I had yesterday. So, and then you tie the string around that center string. So there's 1, and there's 2 knots. And I'm going to leave this one really long because I might want to put some beads on the end. So here we go. And then again, take the clips off. And here is the junk journal. This one looks a little thicker than the one I made yesterday. Maybe I did put more pages or something. So let's flip through to see. Okay, yes, I do like this front page here. I do like the doily. There's our coffee dyed paper and music page with another digital. And yes, I do like these little bags. Coffee dyed paper. Wish I would have put something, maybe that's one of the places I should have put that other book page, but maybe I will put a piece of ephemera or some sort of like pocket right here, and right here. Yep, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. That's good. That's good. Oh yeah, I like where we put this one. Okay. Oh, there's that gold envelope. That'd be another good place for a pocket. Yeah, that one came out pretty good. There's that piece of tape I thought was gonna be a problem, but I think it looks all right. So this, I don't know if you can see this, if you can tell this. Some of these digitals that I printed, I wasn't watching my printer, and the printer had needed to be cleaned. That's what happens if you start seeing these stripes on your printouts. And I love my EcoTank, my Epson EcoTank. I believe I have a 2800, but that's the only thing I don't like about it, is that the printer heads need to be cleaned very often. So I need to remember to check it about every 10 pages I print to make sure I don't get these lines. And what I'm hoping is maybe I can ink blend in here to lessen these lines. I'm going to try it and see what happens. But future note to self, or note to future self, whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like this onion skin here with the angels. Oh, that was nice with the gold envelope. That came out nice with the naughty and nice list. And this, let's see. I'm going to have somehow cut this to where this flap will open. I don't like that, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Maybe I can glue that down to where it won't stick up. And then maybe I can, well, that can definitely be if I cut this from the top, I can put a tag in from the top. This may be too short to do that, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Pretty. Oh, that came out nice with the green and the green. Cute. Yay, I like it. All right, so that's it. That's my second Christmas junk journal. And I will embellish the front, decorate the front a little more. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll have fun figuring it out. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and please hit like and subscribe and all that stuff I'm supposed to say. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, guys and girls. All right, take care. Bye.